we need to be very concerned about our emotional state. You shouldn't listen to sappy songs, right? Sometimes even that can throw you off your emotional balance. You shouldn't watch sappy movies or, visit places where you've been before if you know in advance how it will affect you. In other words, you need to protect yourself from that. On the contrary, you should absorb everything that comes into you, everything that passes through you, whatever moves you forward, maybe even makes you angry, but it must push you forward. And the emotional resource you start to gain will, so to speak, satisfy you, and your worries will seem less significant. There's also a common piece of advice that you should sleep with other girls, move on. Let's be honest. Right now, you won't be able to move on to anyone new, to a new girl. Thoughts about your ex won't let go, and to build new relationships, time definitely needs to pass. Forcing yourself to meet someone new is just absurd. It won't lead to anything. But, for example, registering on a dating site and just chatting, just seeing that you're interesting to girls, that there are girls you find interesting, that maybe life doesn't end here, that really works. It really helps. I remember myself perfect well. It was many years ago, about 7 years now, when I was going through certain experiences. And suddenly I meet a very beautiful girl on the street, well, according to my own standards, so to speak. And instantly I just felt relieved, like it let go of me in a second. I thought to myself, listen, I can actually go for this too. Why not? I can find someone better, so why am I suffering? This will be a fresh start. So, if we're talking about getting back into a relationship, I want to bring up this question once again. Is it worth getting back together? Most of the time, it's not. If the goal is to continue the relationship, in 80% of cases, but the path a man goes through allows him to get out of that mess. He gets the information he needs to build relationships, to get back together, and to avoid ending up in a similar situation in the future. He starts to understand what went wrong. You see, very often men come to a consultation with a mess in their heads, with feelings of guilt and all sorts of other things. When the situation becomes clear, it gets easier for the person, it becomes lighter. Once the understanding comes what, how, and why, with all the cause and effect relationships. And after that, sometimes we help a man get back together. Sometimes he reconciles with the woman and realizes it's not what he wants. But let's say we still act in this particular direction. In life, things happen.